So Tough Break has ended recently, and with the end comes the obvious large group speculation on what is to come next. Of course, we all assume there will still be another big thing in the future for Team Fortress 2, and it always seems as though Valve teases us almost every small update in the item schema. So I thought it would be fun to play a new game of could, would, and should, where we take a look at all the rumored and wanted future features for Team Fortress 2, and if Valve would implement them, could implement them, or should implement them. And yeah, I know the words aren't perfect, but they rhyme, so. First and most importantly, there has been a renewed interest in the supposed War Spy vs. NG update, due to a newly found reference in the item schema that references the war and a background artwork for the game. I put Spy vs. NG at a should, as I do not think Valve has completely abandoned the idea. The rumor that Gunmetal was a repurposed Spy vs. NG is totally possible, with a large bulk of the balancing focusing on the two classes. However, even if Gunmetal did repurpose SVE features, the general theme of war was not used. And furthermore, Spy and NG are in desperate need for alternate weapon and PDA options. Granted, at this point, that could be said about any of the classes, but Spy and especially Engineer are in need of something new. Now, in regards to the background image reference, it appears to be a leftover, something that was left in the code that just wasn't taken out when Tough Break ended. This once again doesn't negate the chances, however, it is not incredibly likely for it to be the next TF update or an update anytime soon. Aside from SVE, the one thing that most Team Fortress 2 players are excited about is the next issue of the long-running Team Fortress comic, and it is long overdue. Originally promised to be 3 or 4 months after 5's release, Jay Pinkerton, major artist on the Team Fortress comics and a writer at Valve, later had to apologize when fans were wondering why there had been 7 months since the last issue. Jay stated on Twitter that the delay had to do with the majority of people working on the lab to be released alongside the HTC Vive. I, however, still put the comic at a would, as it is a very easy item for Valve to ship, and they wouldn't just leave people hanging for a story, would they? However, keep in mind the comic rarely ships with a major update, so don't expect it to be out anytime soon or very soon. Either or. Like I said, don't expect it with an update. Something that has been highly sought after and teased to no end is a large update with pretty much an entire focus on performance and bug fixes. Team Fortress 2 is going to be 10 years old soon, and the game shows it. It runs fine on most systems, most of the time, but for a game this old, it should be running a lot better on a lot more systems. We were told about a large performance update back in August, and many things have been done since then. But that doesn't change the need for more bug fixes and just general improvements for the future. And hey, people are using substantially stronger PCs than they were back in 2007. So maybe increase the graphical fidelity of the game while still trying to fix bugs and improve the overall performance. Unfortunately, Man vs. Machine is one of the many forgotten game modes in Team Fortress 2, and it is somewhat understandable. Compared to standard TF2, Man vs. Machine has a fraction of the player base, but it has been quite a long time since we've seen anything MVM related, and an update is very overdue. Man vs. Machine is a could. However, due to all the hints towards a new MVM update going back to November of 2015, the few new unimplemented features include the medics now being able to use vaccinators and the soldiers being able to use the parachutes. Community events like Iron Gauntlet were a step in the right direction. However, something with a tighter theme would probably get Valve's attention. So do I expect a full official update from Valve, complete with missions, maps, and unique rewards? No. But it could happen. Campaigns are an easy moneymaker for Valve, and although Tough Break did not do nearly as well as Gunmetal, I still see campaigns complete with contracts, skins, and community maps being a mainstay for the rest of TF2's life. The skins, including non-stock weapons, is a should with me, and I feel it is something that should happen. However, the influx of market listings for over 40 variations of every single weapon makes adding non-stock weapons something to confuse the market even more. Now, this would be easily fixed if the the market was changed just to have a single listing with different options with what to buy, but that's a completely different video. Another big could is the possibility of future campaigns dealing with other game modes, such as competitive and man vs. machine. Ding. If there was a man vs. machine update in the future, a campaign centered around it would be a given, and when matchmaking comes out of beta, I would not be surprised if something similar happened there. Now, whether or not a future summer update is being developed right now is unknown. However, updates for Team Fortress 2 are long from over, and I hope I get to see Asteroid finally finished, along with new weapon ideas. Finally, Team Fortress 2 is going to be having some large competition soon, and although I don't think it will kill TF2, I do hope it may reinvigorate Valve to work a bit harder on the game. But anyways, that was just my discussion, thoughts, and ideas on what might happen in the future for Team Fortress 2 and the possibilities of many recommended and wanted features. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. If you have anything else to tell me in terms of how to fix this show, if you have any ideas for this show, feel free to tell me in the comment section below or in my email. The first link is always my email down in the description below. If you want to be able to support these videos and make sure they continue being made, feel free to. The Patreon link is down in the description below where you can support it and get many different extra features if you're interested. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Have a good day. Adios.